How many would you say you hand out? Is it a regular occurrence?
No, it's by complaint, sir.
By complaint?
Yeah.
People complain and then you have to come? Is that how it goes?
I'm the enforcement car, yes, sir, or enforcement officer.
So if someone complains, then you guys come down. Is that how?
Part of it, yes, sir.
That was our conversation last June with a Toronto police officer who was giving a ticket to a man who was panhandling. Now, every day in the city of Toronto, about 10 tickets are handed out in 2017 to people under the Safe Streets Act. Many of them are homeless or begging for money on our streets. Well, today, case evidence was handed over to the Ministry of Attorney General's office supporting a charter challenge calling for the controversial provincial law to be abolished.
They're already on the streets, they're already doing the most desperate thing imaginable, and now we're making it illegal to ask for money.
Chris Hummel, co-director of the Fair Change Community Legal Clinic, walked in a year's worth of work into the AG's office this afternoon. Declares what he believes to be evidence of the broader impact the Safe Streets Act has on the criminalization of mental illness and poverty. It also includes affidavits of multiple people who've lived on the streets and have been ticketed tens of thousands of dollars.
For someone who has $40,000, $70,000 in tickets, you know, how much of a hindrance can that be on them when they're trying to get off the streets and get ahead in life?
It's a hindrance in a lot of ways. First, it's a practical hindrance because you've secured housing for the first time, but you're getting calls from collection agencies. It's hard for you to get a driver's license. So you carry that practical burden around with you, but it's also an emotional burden because for a lot of people, they've had these traumatic experiences. They're trying to leave a life on the streets behind.
The average fine for panhandling is $65. It can also come with a 6-month jail term in Ontario. The Safe Streets Act became law under the Mike Harris government. It was meant to deter aggressive panhandlers and squeegee kids. Last June, we spoke to Raymond Martin, who'd received approximately 56 tickets for a total of more than $3,600. Today, we were told we just missed Martin, though Roger Dunlop and his partner Tara agreed to speak with us on camera about the uphill battle they say they face when they receive a ticket for panhandling.
It's one day if I want a license, I'm going to have to pay him, but...
It's going to be pretty hard for you to pay.
Yeah, exactly. How am I going to pay him? I'd land a good job or something, where I can work, and then I'm stuck paying off a whole bunch of tickets just to get my drivers or something.
More than $340,000 in fines were issued under the Safe Streets Act last year. Only 3% of those fines were collected. The cost of enforcing the act runs about $2 million per year. Hummel argues that legislation also violates a number of basic rights and freedoms.
We're arguing that it violates rights to life, liberty, and security of the person. You should not be punished simply for expressing your need to have money on the streets.
In a brief statement last June, the Ministry of the Attorney General told City News the ministry is open to hearing from stakeholders about the impact of the Safe Streets Act and will make any decisions based on evidence.
Now, we did reach out to the ministry again today, though they can't comment because the case is now in front of them. Now, one of the big unknowns is the upcoming provincial election. Whoever forms the next government could have a big say in the outcome.